Hey Oilers, this is Brady, and today I'm talking to Coach Hughes, the assistant coach for the Pearland boys varsity soccer team. Welcome, Coach Hughes. Glad you could join me today.
Thanks for having me, Brady.
Congrats on making it to the playoffs.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
How do you think the team can improve next season?
I think the biggest piece is that we have a lot of good, skillful players, but sometimes in games that we're very physical. We needed to have a little more strength and a little more athleticism and a little more speed, and so that's something that we're going to be trying to really emphasize with the players this summer and into the fall. Is just getting in the weight room and putting in the conditioning work to try to get ourselves a bit stronger and a bit faster and a bit more athletic. Because, like I said, we've got a lot of good skill, but we need that athleticism, I think, to take us up to the next level.
With the team losing 13 seniors, do you think that playoffs are in sight for next season's team?
Yeah, absolutely. We're returning most of our starters and most of our kind of top level players. And then we've got a lot of good young players coming through to replace that senior talent that we're losing. So, yeah, I absolutely think that we're a playoff team. And, it's getting past that first hurdle of making the playoffs that first time was a really big step for us. And so I think that, we'll be able to continue that upward trajectory and hopefully, get a few years running where we're in the playoffs every year.
As an Arsenal fan, what is your opinion on Florentino Perez's idea to start a European Super League, which included 6 teams from the English Premier League, such as Arsenal?
Not a fan. Very, very, very opposed to the idea. One of the things that makes soccer so special in Europe to the fans is, the competitiveness of it, the fact that there are consequences to losing. If you lose, you get relegated. If you lose and you don't do well, you don't get to play in the European competitions and stuff like that. And the Super League, was kind of essentially flying in the face of a lot of history and a lot of that tradition and that competitiveness, because they were essentially trying to close the door on all the other teams that have worked really hard to try to earn European places and to get better and to be competitive. And I think it would have really ruined a lot of what makes European soccer special. So yeah, I was very against it. I was very disappointed to see that my team was involved in the project. But luckily, the fans kind of spoke for themselves and were able to pressure the clubs into backing out of the project. So luckily it's not happening anymore. And we've been able to kind of preserve those institutions that make soccer so special. So I'm happy to see that happening. And, I hope we don't kind of find ourselves in this situation in the near future, but I'm a little worried because, the people that were driving the Super League are still, that it was motivated by money and that hasn't changed. They still want money. So I guess we'll see.
Thanks, Coach Hughes, for coming on the show.
No problem.
Thanks for watching Pearland Boys Soccer Talk.